Hi, I'm Reverend Mariela, and I am the Equity and Spiritual Advisor for Decriminalize Nature Grand Rapids, and I wanted to take a moment to share with you why I support this work, my experience, and how I came to support Decriminalize Nature Grand Rapids. So, some time ago, I found myself suffering from anxiety and depression for the first time in my life, and as it's natural, I went seeking for something that would help. I tried various modalities of therapy, various doctors and healers, but I couldn't find much relief for my suffering. It wasn't until I was introduced to entheogens, these healing plants, that I found not only a cure, but also access to a much deeper spirituality, to greater empathy for myself and for others, and to a deeper sense of reverence for life and for nature. As a minister, my work puts me face to face with human suffering. And as a woman of color and as an immigrant in this country, I also have known suffering deeply, personally. And so I cannot, in good conscience, know about the healing benefits of these plants and not speak in their favor. Yet these healing plants are illegal to consume in our city. That is not the case in other cities, in some other cities around the country that have chosen to decriminalize nature. Because a person should not be persecuted for growing a plant, for developing a relationship with it, and using it for medicinal or spiritual purposes. Human beings have relied on plants for thousands of years, for food, for medicine, for spirituality, for fragrance, for beauty. And also, over the last few decades, the chemical components of these plants have been studied by the scientific community with incredible results. And so, over the next few years, we will see how the versions of these synthetic plant medicines will be sold by pharmaceutical companies. But as it often happens, the cost of these medicines and therapies will be out of reach for many of us, particularly those of us whose ancestors used these plants for thousands of years before they were criminalized. And so it would be an injustice for us not to have access to them. With decriminalization in place, we can make sure that all people, all adult people in our city who choose to do so, can partake in the grow, gather, and gift model of that Decriminalize Nature proposes, which means that these plants and fungi can be cultivated and exchanged in our community without being commodified and commercialized by venture capitalist companies. So I am speaking about this because many in our community are suffering, and we can do something about it. I advocate for the decriminalization of nature in our city so that every adult who chooses to grow, gather, or gift these healing plants will not have to face persecution. I also speak to help reduce the stigma around these sacramental medicines. This stigma is the direct result of colonization and the war on land-based people and their practices, which goes back thousands of years. Lastly, we are thrilled to have an opportunity in our city right now to do the right thing by decriminalizing nature, to help reduce suffering and ensure more equitable access to these healing plants and fungi. We are also thrilled and excited that Michigan senators last week introduced a bill to decriminalize the possession, cultivation, and delivery of entheogens statewide. So we hope that you join us in supporting that bill as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing some of you in one of our meetings or one of the many events that we have coming up soon. Thank you again so much.